The government has decided to overhaul the inheritance tax system for the first time in 75 years. Starting as early as 2028, heirs will only be taxed on the portion of the estate they personally inherit.
정부가 75년 만에 상속세 체계를 개편하기로 했습니다. 이르면 2028년부터 유족 개개인이 물려받은 유산만큼만 상속세를 내게 됩니다. I wish I had some inheritance. 저도 좀 세금 내고 싶네요.
Yes.
물려받는 게 없네요.
That's true.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because there was a time, in the 90s in Korea, like 뭐 재벌들, their offsprings, having to deal with this sort of estate tax. But think about it, Cameron. 요새 서울 아파트가 얼마나 비싸요.
Yeah.
Right? So if you get that from your parents, that could be quite a big sum.
Yes.
So tell us what's going on.
Well, like you said, recently, the number of people having to pay these estate taxes has gone up quite a bit. 상속세 납부자 23년 만에 14배 증가했대요.
14 times more?
So there are 14 times more people paying this estate tax in 23 years.
That's a lot of wealth.
Yeah. And it has to do with inflation, the fact that prices of houses in particular have gone up.
Right.
But it's basically not what it was intended to be, right? It was supposed to be mainly for extremely rich individuals to pay this tax.
Interesting.
But now maybe what we would consider normal people are having to pay this tax a lot.
Okay, so break it down for us. We have 유산세, which is estate tax, and then 유산취득세,
Yes.
inheritance tax. Tell us, what is the difference, or what are these taxes?
Right. So we're switching when the money, when the estate, the property, when it is taxed. So the current system, the 유산세, the estate tax, they take all the money, all the property,
Everything. Okay.
they tax it, and then they divide it.
Aha, okay.
Yeah.
So one big tax.
Yeah.
Okay.
세금을 떼고 나서 그때부터 나누는 거예요.
Okay.
But what they are going to transition to is called the 유산취득세, the inheritance tax system, which is first you divide,
Oh.
and then everybody pays taxes separately.
Separately. Okay.
Yes.
I guess that's better.
It is better because it could mean you pay less in taxes. Because if you think about it, if you have a child, if you're married, you have all of these different things, you get different tax deductions.
True.
뭐 개인의 상황에 따라서 공제 받을 수도 있잖아요.
Yes, that's true.
But before, you couldn't get those.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, so the earlier system, 뭐 개인 상환은 뭐 상관없이 그냥 공제 없이 그냥 먼저 세금 떼고 그 다음부터 나눈 거였잖아요.
선생님,
Yes.
질문 있어요.
Okay?
저 외동딸이에요. So, if you have no siblings,
Yes.
I guess this really doesn't, benefit you too much.
It depends.
It depends?
It does depend because if you have a child or you have a spouse and a couple of different other conditions, you might be able to get some tax.
Got it.
So it'll either be the same or better for you,
All right, got it.
depending on your personal situation.
All right. Thank you so much for explaining that. So we talked about estate tax and inheritance tax. And the word inherit is 물려받는 거죠. 뭐 상속받다, 특히 재산 같은 거, right? To inherit. So that's where the word inheritance tax comes from.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So the inheritance tax is you receive something after someone in your family passed away,
Yeah.
and you have to pay taxes on it before you can receive it.
I'm still waiting for that mysterious uncle
Yeah.
who passes away and leaves all this money to me.
Millions of
Yeah,
dollars.
right.
That's like a,
영화에서 많이 나오잖아요.
그쵸, yeah, it's in a lot of dramas too,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
And if you are someone who receives an inheritance, you are called an heir.
An heir. H-E-I-R.
Yeah.
It's almost like 공기,
Yeah.
A-I-R, and then, yeah.
Yeah, the pronunciation is the same, for me anyway.
Yeah.
Heir and heir
Air.
are both heir.
They're air.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. All right, so we're talking about two heirs today.
Yes.
Let me read that again. The government has decided to overhaul the inheritance tax system for the first time in 75 years. Starting as early as 2028, heirs will only be taxed on the portion of the estate they personally inherit.